Hi, my name is Shailendra Tripathi, and I'm a marketing professional, an author, and a visiting faculty in management. Do you know what is the no job and who established this first, and how this has evolved today in well advanced surgery? So, friends, we visit a doctor, we see a doctor's clinic, we see a medical store, we see hospital. But do we know when was the first pharmacy established? Do we know which was the first pharmaceutical company? Do we know that what was the first and when was the first hospital established? So these are the basic things, but still many of us we do not know. In fact, the pharmaceutical and healthcare, they have enormous impact on our life. So when I was saying what was the nose job and when was that established, this just one trigger has actually helped today's the surgery to achieve, to reach to the stage where it is today. So in today's session we are going to learn about the evolution of pharmaceutical and healthcare system. So let us move forward. How the pharmaceutical evolved. As I said that you see the oldest record of Hindu, Chinese, and Mediterranean civilization says that medicines were prepared from plants, animals, and minerals. If you look at India, India has one of the world's oldest medicine systems, that is Ayurveda. Right? Ayurveda, we all know that this is one of the world's oldest medicine system. So Ayur means life, Veda means knowledge or science. So Ayurveda is nothing but the knowledge or science of the life. This integrates body, mind, and spirit. Right? So, the Indian medicine have played the same role in Asia as Greek medicine in Europe. So, how the entire system, the medicines, the pharmaceutical and healthcare system evolved? Let us go through this. About 400 to 600 BC, Sushruta, we all know him that he is father of surgery, right? Sushruta, right? Actually, in Hindi or Sanskrit, his name is Shushrut, and we call and we pronunciate his name as Sushruta. So he actually established the first system of surgery, and you know how it happened. If you look at this, in Indian societies, like all in the primitive societies, the wrongdoers were punished, and the major punishment was like cutting the nose off. And that's where Sushruta developed a technique of restoring the nose, and that became the first surgery. And his Sushruta Samhita is one of the well documented or most documented and authentic document in the history of the medicine that we have, right? Okay, so coming back to the presentation, so about 400 to 600 BC, the Shushut Samhita or Sanghita was written, and it was devoted to surgery completely. And then maybe the modern the history goes back to 1546 when the first pharmacopoeia was established in Nuremberg, Germany, and thereafter in 1561 Basel, and then 1564 Augsburg, and 1618 in London. And London or UK was made kind of compulsory to practice this pharmacopoeia. Now you might be wondering, what is this pharmacopoeia all about? The pharmacopoeia is a standard by which any medicine is prepared. Recently we all have learned how to prepare kadha, right? So ingredients remain the same or similar, but the way you prepare kadha at your home and the way other prepare is way different. So there has to be some standard wherein every kadha prepared is exactly the same, right? So that's where the pharmacopoeia came in. the medicines were prepared that point in time, but it was not the standard that was followed everywhere, right? So yeah. Now after that, in 1804, the morphine was separated from opium, and that was the probably the first the medicine that was available. And after that, in 1865, the first antiseptic surgery was conducted. And before this, what was happening, all surgeries, they were done in a very traditional way. And that there was acquired infections, so the healing was quite difficult, delayed healing, and then people used to die. And I think this was first breakthrough when in 1865 the first antiseptic surgery was actually introduced with no by British surgeon Joseph Lister. Okay. And thereafter, in 1929, the penicillin was discovered by Scottish bacteriologist Alexander Fleming. So this is how today's the pharmaceutical has evolved. The foundation was laid down maybe 400 to 600 BC, that is before Christ era. And we will see in next session, it was not even 400 to 600 BC. Probably the foundation was laid much before that, maybe 2200 BC to 2800 BC. So we will learn about that. So for now, let us move forward. And how the pharmaceutical industry started, what was the beginning of it? If you see, today's pharma and biotech has traveled along from 19th century. It is not the way it was. We all will agree today, we are much advanced. But then the root actually lies in hit and miss treatment based on the household remedies. So we all have evolved, the therapy has evolved, the entire system has evolved, taking the learning from hit and misses. So if you look at 1668 in the history, Darmstadt was the first the pharmacy in Germany. Probably yes, as far as record goes, my understanding is that Darmstadt was the first pharmacy, which was transitioned into industry in 1827 by H.E. Merck. And that's how I believe that Merck becomes the first pharmaceutical company. And in in 1715, GSK's origin can be backtracked. And 1849, Pfizer was founded by USA, in the USA by German immigrants. And thereafter, in 1876, Eli Lilly was the first company that, in fact, focused on research and development along with the manufacturing both. And in 1858, BMS was established by Edward Robinson Swift. So that's what is the evolution of pharmaceutical industry and the companies in ancient era. Now, if you look at the second half of 19th century, many companies they came into picture, like Bayer, Sandoz, Ciba-Geigy and all. Now, the another part of the pharmaceutical and healthcare is that how the drugs were innovated, and this was really beginning of new era. So let us learn about that. Okay. If you look at the let us go back to the presentation. So the interwar period. In this, when I say interwar period, basically World War I and World War II, there were two major breakthrough. The one was discovery of insulin, and then other was discovery of penicillin. This actually changed the whole healthcare system, and it actually laid the foundation for today's evolved healthcare system, right? So if you go back and see when the drug discovery started. So as I said, that interwar period, in 1921, insulin was invented by Frederick Banting. And then in 1928, penicillin was discovered by Alexander Fleming. And this again played a very important role in the survival or maybe in the quality of life of human beings. And then it was like World War II, and we all know that this was major event in the civilizations of humans. During this period, Merck, Pfizer, Squibb, they actually focused on mass productions and they saved many lives. In 1956, the first time the contraceptive pills were introduced, and they had high impact on female health and obviously on the society at large. And in 1960, paracetamol was invented, and you see even today paracetamol remains the drug of choice for the fever, or maybe we call it as antipyretic. So in 1963, the Valium or diazepam is the molecule was invented by Roche or introduced by Roche, and then they had another category of drug called MAOI, and then 1969 ibuprofen was invented or introduced. When I say ibuprofen is basically analgesics or anti-inflammatory drug. And in 1970s, in fact, the world witnessed the wave of anti-cancer drug. So the life expectancies, or maybe the people who were suffering from the drug, I mean the disease, went substantially up. And in 1975, ACE inhibitors were introduced. And in 1977, the Tagamet, which is cimetidine, an anti-ulcer drug, was introduced, and this became the first blockbuster drug. So this is what is the evolutions of the pharmaceutical, and how the drugs were introduced, and they had a major impact on the lives of the people. So I'm sure with this you would have learned a little bit about the evolution of pharmaceutical and healthcare, basically global pharmaceutical and healthcare. And in coming session, we will learn about the evolution of Indian pharmaceutical and healthcare. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insights on pharmaceutical business. To learn more about Growth Magnet, visit our website www.growthmagnet.co.in. See you next time.